All right, welcome in everybody. Welcome in. We are live. All right, we're doing upper body pull day. So going back through here, seeing what we got from our last one. All right. So we're starting with our lat pull down. Pretty easy peasy. You guys will be able to see here. So we're just going to adjust it. Get set up. Get some copyright-free music going. Hope you guys are having a good Friday. We had a lovely day. We were able to take our beautiful daughter to a movie and hang out with her friend. And now we got to get it in. You guys see that good? All right. So first set, just doing warm-up pull day. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. I'm going to start with 200-pound, basically like a body weight pull-up. We do chin-ups on day one with our strength day, so this is just our hypertrophy, slow and controlled, full eccentric. Squeeze at 200 pounds, aiming for 10 to 12 reps here. Should be strong today. I actually had extra calories, ate some popcorn at the movies, which is a nice little treat, nice little change. This weight's actually a little lighter than I would have expected, which is good though. It means we're feeling strong. So that's 200 pounds for a pretty easy 15 there. Not too terrible. Thanks guys for being here. Again, anybody, if you guys haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, like, drop a comment. All of it helps me out tremendously. We're aiming for 200 subs by my birthday, end of May. We're at 140 now, so we're just continually trying to grow. Love it if you guys can be part of the community. It's a huge help. But either way, I love it if you're just here lurking. I appreciate you being here with me. So we're going 4 sets here, lat pull down. First set wasn't bad at 200, so we're going to jump up to 220. "15 reps, jump into 220. So not bad at a body weight. On our TV screen, that's my beautiful wife. Thank you for being here. I'm on the TV, I'm on the big screen, that's good. Do I look any better on the big screen or? Probably not, eh? Well, yeah, thank you for being here, appreciate it. And yeah, if you guys are willing to, please drop a follow and subscribe, a like, any comment, it all helps me out huge. Slowly growing there. Again, you can find me too on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all at Baddiedaddydiaries. If you guys have any questions about health, fitness, nutrition, drop them in the chat. I'll be happy to answer anything you guys might want to know. Deanna, thanks for being here. Good. How are you? My girlies say hi, Dada. Hi, girls. I'm going to pin that message. I'm on the big screen now. Yeah, I'm good, Diana. How are you? Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. We're just getting in our upper body pull day. And then tomorrow will be fasted cardio early morning and legs. And then Sunday will be just fasted cardio. So just subscribe to the channel. I'm all about fitness. Awesome. Thank you for being here. I'll subscribe back if it's public and I can see it. That's how I usually find the people. I subscribe back. But thank you for being part of the community. It's huge help. If you do have any questions, I'm not selling any programs, courses, anything like that. I'm just trying to help people get healthier and feel better. So anything about nutrition, certified nutritionist for 15 plus years, certified trainer for over 20. I'm happy to answer anything. So 11-year-old blind and do a lot of fitness. Blind and do a lot of fitness. That's awesome. Super happy to hear that. Great that you found something to be passionate about. What's your favorite type of workout to do? Okay, so we're going into 220 here. So this will be closer to 12 reps, I'm hoping. 220 pull down, full extension. Squeeze. And slowly letting up. I appreciate the subscribe though. That's a huge help. We're trying to get to 200 by end of May. Thanks. One more. Still pretty good. We're going to try to jump up to 240 next. Oh, sorry, I'm coming back to read some of these messages here. Trying to get to 1,000 myself. I'm around 950. Awesome. I'll subscribe right after this. Make sure I find you. But push-ups, pull-ups, squats, burpees, mainly calisthenics. Awesome. That's great, man. Great. Glad to hear. I will 100% subscribe, help you grow. Yeah, we got some really good people. You'll probably see some people just jump on soon that have been around the community for a while since I started, and give you some background on me. So I mentioned I've been a trainer for 20 plus years, nutritionist for 15 of those. I have a mental health practitioner too, but yeah, had 2 kids, regular day job. Baker, what's going on? Here's Baker's one of my OGs too. He's been here for a while. Yeah, I had 2 kids, day job, got out of shape, you know, typical story. Went up to about 278, so quite out of shape. High 30s, low 40% body fat. And then last year I just decided I don't want to be around for my kids because I lost my dad when I was 5 from him being out of shape. So lost 80 pounds, did a show in October. And now my goal is just to be able to be as fit and healthy as I can for my wife and my daughters and take care of myself and help other people do the same thing, right? Change your life, be healthier. And if I could build a community of cool people that are into fitness and just doing better for themselves, that's what we're all about. So we're working on it. We're moving on to 240. I appreciate everybody for being here. And if you guys aren't subscribed, if anyone's on here isn't subscribed, please drop a subscription. I really appreciate it. You're at college. Awesome. Are you off now, or is it just that's why you weren't here? That's good though, man. It's a good place to be. On the theme of bettering your life, college is a good choice. What are you taking, if you don't mind me asking, Baker? I don't know if the name sums it up, but if yeah, I'd love to hear what you're taking. If you're taking your chef degree, which would make sense given your name, but thought I'd ask anyway. Okay, so this is a third set of pull down, third working set. We're at 240, 240 pounds at a body weight of 208, so more than my body weight. Full stretch. Nice slow eccentric on the way up. That's the important part. So you get stronger, gain muscle. One more. Oh, that's 10. And that's exactly where we want to be, 240. We want to kind of crash out at 10 there, but. Basketball. Oh, you're taking basketball? That's like a college course you can do, or you're just playing basketball at college? That's awesome. I played basketball for a little bit, but I don't know. Not as fast, I guess. So that's why I moved to football and rugby. I ended up being better at just hitting people. All right, so we're gonna move on to our fourth working set. So we did 220, 12, 240 for 10. And we're gonna try to do that 240 again at 10 reps, but the whole point here is we should probably fail just shy of 10 reps, maybe 8 or 9. And that's a really good hypertrophy set. Next exercise after that is gonna be bent over row. I got a little bit of a knot in my shoulder from earlier. So I'm interested to see how this bent over row is gonna go, but 135 should usually be a pretty doable thing. But we'll see. Yeah, other than that, I'd love to hear from you guys. You guys training today? Have you trained already? Just shared you out for our community. Awesome, Diana. Thank you very much. That means the world to me. I do the same, guys. Please, I'm going to pin Diana's message here. If you guys, again, Diana into fitness, blind, but doing calisthenics, killing it. Already seems like a great piece to our community. Please, yeah, please go drop a follow. And yeah, appreciate you very much. Thank you. And that's it. Like-minded people, if we can all grow together and I can help. As I mentioned, if I can help 1 or 2 people, that's more than enough reward for me. Sorry, guys, I'm actually going to I always mean to put on some background music here and I keep forgetting. Because I get too into the actual workout portion. I don't know if you guys, Dinah, maybe you can answer this. So one thing I originally wanted to be, I'm a big music fan. I like all types of music and genres. And I wanted to kind of introduce people to bands that I've found over time that maybe aren't as popular. But every time I play music on my stream, it ends up getting muted. So yeah, I don't know. I just have been playing copyright free, but I would love to introduce you guys to some of, some of the stuff that I listen to, and hopefully it's stuff that you guys might like too. But you just finished your workout. How was it? All right, so we're gonna put on some no vocals metal here. Last set of 240, 10 to 12 reps before we move on to bent over row. Again, when you're doing these, you want to make sure you get full extension. And then on the way down, solid concentric, good squeeze. Nice and slow eccentric. Says at 240, 120 per side. And that's exactly where we want to be. We didn't quite get the 10, but failed at 9. That's pretty perfect. Exactly where we want to be. So, viola player yourself. That's awesome. No play without getting copyright unless it's TikTok. Okay, so that makes sense. That's why it keeps getting muted. Finish my workout and finish Poppy playtime. Nice. Viola player. I wish. I was a pretty decent trumpet player as a preteen, but I stopped. And yeah, I've just never really picked anything else up. Here and there, like when COVID happened, I picked up acoustic guitar again for a little bit, and I get decent, and then I stop. It's like anything, right? You don't practice, you lose it, right? So I should. Luckily, hopefully my daughter's at the age now where she's starting to get into stuff, so I'm hoping she'll get into like some sort of instrument and we can get her lessons and I can just go along with her. So also play acoustic guitar. Amazing. Jack of all trades. I love it. That's awesome. That's what I try to be too. I try to do different things. So Baker the cooker, play piano. Amazing. We have a piano here. My wife is one of those super gifted people that's just able to like sings fantastic, beautiful voice, can sit down and play the piano by ear, doesn't need music, like, and I am totally not that. I'm the guy that needs to like learn how to read it, play it, practice like 7 hours a day before I'd be able to be even half decent, but that's it, man. Everybody's got their skill. Did you, Baker, did you get into piano from like a young age, or did you just pick it up later? Do you have a good ear? Like what, love to hear how you got into piano. My daughter loves to like play around the piano, but she hasn't shown an interest in wanting to do like lessons or anything yet, but I think I'd like that for her. Okay, we're gonna do a bent over row here. We're starting at 135. Again, I got that bit of a knot in the shoulder, so we're just gonna try to work it out because I missed last week with the cold. I don't wanna miss the actual workout, so we're just gonna try to see. So Olympic bar at 45, basically just trying to row a small adult here. And again, remember you want to swoop up into your belly button. Not bad. Just randomly started piano. Awesome. Again, guys, Diana has an awesome community too. So anybody who's in here starting, please drop a subscribe. It's a huge help. We're trying to hit 200 by end of May. It means a ton to me. And if you can also go follow Diana as well, we'd love to see you get her to 1,000 subscribers. So that's it, slowly but surely. We're growing there. I have some plans for a lot more long form content for you guys. A lot of it where I'm live streaming 8 times a week. So 5 weights workouts, 3 fasted cardio. We're just hanging out talking. And yeah, more long form stuff around health and fitness to come. And continued shorts and stuff. And yeah, love to see. I'm gonna check out some of Diana's stuff after this, and hopefully we can help her hit the 1,000 mark. For those of you guys who have been here for a while, I was talking about my intra-workout nutrition. This is actually my second last time using it, because after this it's just going to be water and water and a bit of salt, and that's going to be it. So I don't know, 135 felt a little easy. I think I'm going to jump up. Got the added boost of the popcorn from the movies today, so. Bent row, I think we're gonna go for 3 sets here. Just gotta try to, yeah, 3 sets, going 8 to 10. We're gonna go 155 next. So we're only supposed to be 8 to 10 here, so. Again, if you guys are training for something now, I highly recommend a logbook for tracking your workouts to make sure you know that you're progressively overloading enough or at all. Again, we're at like week 10 of our current program. We gained a 1/4 inch on both of our arms, 3/4 of an inch on our shoulders, 1/2 inch around our chest, 1/4 inch on both legs, 1/4 inch on both calves. So I mean, we're growing, and that's kind of the intent right now. So yeah, we're basically moving in the right direction. Do I have any friends that are YouTubers? I do, Diana now. I don't have any like close friends of mine that are YouTubers. I'm actually like in close proximity, and I am like aware of someone. So I used to work for a little company that some of you might know, Starbucks. And one of the locations I used to work at, a guy who regularly came in, you guys would probably all know, Will Tennyson. He's kind of like one of the bigger Canadian health fitness YouTubers, but he was in the store that I was working at every day. So not that we're friends by any means, but like I've talked to him, stuff like that. Nice guy. But when I knew him there, like that was before he was like as big as he is now. But happy to say I see him succeed. It's great motivation. Happy to see like guys like Jeff Nippard and stuff succeed, right? All guys in Canada in my like general area. So it helps me have the belief that this can go somewhere to grow to that level. So this is heavier at 155. So that's 10, but yeah, I do definitely want to get some, feelers out there to some of those guys and see if maybe like they'd be interested in doing some content and stuff together. Obviously, probably not at this point because I'm not really much in it for them because I'm kind of a smaller guy just starting out, even though I probably have more experience in health and fitness than them, but you never know, right? Can't hurt to ask people, and definitely love to do more and help in any way I can to grow with people, right? And if that's something that helps, my goal eventually is to get to the point where, you know, I can monetize and people can donate, and hopefully initially what I'd use that for is just 2 things. 1, community service stuff, and 2, to improve the gym, right? Lots of things like we can finish up the roof, lighting, more machines. The big thing is like this is extremely dangerous. You guys can see how rickety this is. So my first priority is I do need a better, like I want to get a Smith machine rack here in this place. So I'm safer, because this drives my wife nuts, because when I'm squatting like, you know, 200-300 pounds, extremely dangerous. It's a good way to get hurt, and I don't really have a spotter or anyone down here. So that's going to be the first like upgrade. But also I'm doing some of this stuff out of my pocket too, just to kind of like upgrade and like doing giveaways for the community, stuff like that. Like if you guys do have Instagram, please go check out my Instagram at Baddiedaddydiaries. I did a giveaway just before the holidays, and somebody won, and they've been actually having great results. I did their macros and their workout program, gave them a digital scale and free pre-workout. Full jar of pre-workout, not just like sample sizes, and a Yeti, and they're doing great. I kept in touch with them. I gave 2 winners. One has lost 15 pounds, and one has gained 5. So, okay, last set here. We're gonna add 5 pounds aside. Last row here. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear, my daughter's upstairs having a bit of a meltdown. Sorry to my wife too, if you're still on. I'll be up soon. All right. So yeah, just casually rowing a small adult. Do I like Rubik's Cubes? I do. I wish I was better at them. So one of my, I know there's like a system to doing them. And I always wished I could do one like, you know, you see some guys that just like pick it up and like bam, 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 done. I always wished I could do that. Because I don't know, it makes me feel like the person I'm watching do that is like highly intelligent. I don't know if that's the case, but yeah, that's awesome. I wish I could do one. Are you good at Rubik's Cubes? Yeah, me too. Nice. Yeah, I wish I could, like you see some like crazy guys, right? You see those kids that like finish it in like 0.2 of a second or whatever, like, or 0.8 of a second, 1.8 seconds, whatever it is. Crazy. Okay, single arm dumbbell row. So I'm gonna do these a little different so you guys can kind of see. So you'll notice when I do back for muscle gain for hypertrophy, I do a lot of similar movements, but at different angles. Just because a lot of the back muscles are responsible for like moving within the same plane. So what I try to do is hit them from multiple angles. So like you'll see on my strength days, I do quite a heavy like wide grip with a chin up. I start this day with a heavy wider grip with a pull down. And then I move that wide grip to a low row. And then I'm gonna do like a close grip, kind of a narrow to neutral grip, row in with these. So it's just changing the positions of my hands for different rows to activate different areas of the back. That's why I do that, because I'm just trying to develop my back as a whole. As a tall adjacent, as I call myself, guy, I want to try to have as large of like a back, as wide of a back as I can grow, right? So I'm going to do this here this way so you guys can see from the back kind of how I focus on not like pivoting, not turning my back, but getting a deep stretch. So you guys can have a good view of it. If you guys have any questions about my program or anything, like drop it in the chat. Happy to answer. I go on to a heavier weight. So last cycle through, we started at 60 and finished at 65 pound dumbbell. I think we're going to start at 65 today and try to get up to 70. And I think the rep range for this one is, let me make sure I'm not lying to you guys. Oh my gosh. Got to start a new training journal. Seeing this one's getting out of sorts. Yeah, 10 to 12. So again, starting at 65 today instead of finishing at 65, and we're going to try to push for that 70 mark. So yeah, you want to support. Have one leg wide in a wider stance. Support, you don't want your back to be tilted or turned in any kind of way. Kind of support a nice flat back. Slight bend in this elbow so you aren't locked out, putting pressure on your shoulder and elbow. And you just get that deep stretch. Row in. All in all, that wasn't too terrible. So again, same thing for the opposing side. This is just, again, 65 pounds. We'll probably move up to 70 because this feels like a pretty easy 12. Yeah, pretty straightforward. 12, not terrible. So you, Baker, did you get a workout in today? We're gonna move up to 70 here. Get this bar out of the way so I don't knock myself in the head with it. Clem, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for being here. Sorry, Baker, your last two messages come up as just OF, and I think it's saying that you put some sort of emojis or something. I haven't quite figured this out, but Clem, thanks for being here, buddy. I appreciate it. Been in my last couple. Did you get, I'm sure Clem got his workout in today. Appreciate you, Clem. What's new in your area of the world, buddy? Things are going well, I hope. Finishing up with leg extensions. Awesome. What a finisher, right? Leg extensions are the best finisher on leg day. Especially you do some high rep leg extensions at the end of a leg day. Good way to make sure you're not really walking too great 2 days from now. All right, so single arm rows now. Clem, I know you just joined us, but we did heavy pull downs, moderate bent over row for control. Now one arm rows. And then we got some rear delts and arms still to do. And then I just finish up with my abs off camera. Unless you guys want to see what my ab routine looks like, it's pretty boring. You know, not a lot of people have a lot of fun watching ab routines, but I can show you guys what I do. I don't treat them any different than my big muscle groups. So this is 70-pound dumbbells now. That's 12 on that side. Feeling strong on these today. Gotta go. All right, see you later, Baker. Thanks for being here, buddy. Great core work. Yeah. All right, I can show some core work today. No big deal. Thanks, Baker. I appreciate you being here, buddy. Hopefully we'll see you on the next one. We'll be back tomorrow with leg day, so if you can be in, love to see you. All right. So 70-pound dumbbell again, 12 reps, nice controlled lower. That's 12. We're gonna probably jump up a bit. All right, bye, buddy. Thanks. Appreciate it. Again, guys, if anyone here isn't subscribed already, please do drop a subscribe, a like, any comment. All of it helps the algorithm, helps people find me. And if you guys see a pinned comment there from Diana, she's somebody who just joined in to the stream today, joined the community. She's got a fitness channel going on her own there. And if you guys can, drop her a subscribe too. Seems amazing. She's trying to hit 1,000. She's at 950, so she's very close. And you guys know I'm trying to hit 200 by the end of May. And we're moving forward. We're almost there. We're at 140. Oh. All right. So slowly but surely growing, and that's all that matters, right? Doing it together. We're gonna jump up 75 pounds. catching my breath here a little bit. I don't know, seems like we gain a few subscribers pretty much every time, so we're gonna keep going with it. We can hit 200 by late May if things keep going the way they're going. Diana said she shared our channel with her group, so hopefully some people come over from there and we just keep getting good community. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys. What's the next like long form video you guys would like to see me put out? Because I'm trying to work on some ideas for long form stuff. My wife and I have to do some actual content videoing, and yeah, but we got some ideas. But we'd love to hear from you guys what you'd like to see. Here we go, 75 pounds, final set. So 75 pounds for 12. Moving on to the other side, but I'm huffing and puffing in the mic too far. Yeah. Sorry guys, so that's the thing. I always try to push myself as hard as I can on the eccentrics, but I find like it gets me super out of breath. I feel like I could run like pretty well winded, but when I do weights, if I'm like actually pushing hard, close to failure, I get pretty out of breath there. So just happy to be able to follow the journey. Thanks, Clem. I appreciate it, buddy. I appreciate having you here. And that's it. I think, again, our goal, like my overall goal for this summer, is to hit 200 pounds or north of, if I could, but at least 200 pounds flat at around 10% body fat is the hope. Knock on wood. That's a pretty ambitious goal, considering I was at 12% at the show in October at like 195. So that would be literally gaining 5 pounds of lean mass in less than a year, which is like, that's tough to do in a year, let alone less. But I've been really like, I should get my wife on stream one day to talk, but yeah, like I've been on my nutrition, my supplements, my training, like I've pretty much been nailing everything. So I would hope that I can at least get a really good result from that. So just to tell you guys like how much I've like nailed everything. I've basically missed 4 workout days, and that was just last week when I was sick. So I've hit all my workout days, hit my supplements every day, even when I was sick, hit my macros and my meal plan every single day, even when I was sick. And my first cheat day in over a year, like actual full-on cheat day, is gonna be this weekend. Just to show like how much I've nailed it. My supplements have been on, my training's been on, nutrition's been on. So I know it's an ambitious goal, but I think I can hit it. If my wife's still able to chat, she can tell you she sees it every day. Probably drives her crazy, but day in, day out, just super specific. Nedja, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. No problem. Late's better than never, man. Alexander, hey, what's going on? I'm glad you do. I hope you subscribed, and I hope you're part of the community, and I'd love to see you here as often as possible. We're on our way to 200. That's the goal by the end of May. We're at 140. We're slowly but surely getting there, so. Awesome, thanks. So kind. Thank you, I appreciate that. I try to be a very kind person. That's my goal. All right, so we started at 65. We beat our logbook even from the week off being sick. We ended up at 75 per side, which last time we went through this, we only got 65, so a full 10 pounds, which is pretty big. Now we're moving on to, I think it's rear delt flies is our next one. Just checking the, yeah, rear delt raises. So these are a little different from what you guys are used to. So I typically do rear delt flies, but as of late, I've been trying these rear delt raises, which is just a different pattern. But everybody that has them as a regular part of their program talks about how much it gets like a higher recruitment from the rear delt. So basically what you're doing is coming out at a 45 and squeezing your shoulder blades back together. It actually pulls through the rear delts and you can actually feel a much better contraction. So yeah, we're gonna keep them in. You can't do a ton of weight with these to start out, but it's less about the weight, more about the connection, right? So this is just 10s. And this isn't like a good enough weight for me to die out at, but I start there just really focusing on, again, focusing on that mind muscle connection, feeling the rear delts activate and get full stretched out on the way down. But yeah, it actually surprisingly feels pretty good. We're probably going to jump up to 15s here, but big working room. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I've been, Alexander, what's up, buddy? I want to say hi back to you. Big workout room. Yeah, so luckily enough, I have this little corner of the basement here I'm able to build up. Jack, what's up, buddy? Thanks for being here. How goes the Friday? Alexander, got to go, have homework. All right, buddy. Thanks for being here. Have a good time. Good luck with the homework. Hello, Anik. How you doing? I know it's in Greek. I don't know. What's the best thing to call you? My dad just does it in the living room. Yeah, and that's it, man. Sometimes the living room's enough, man. Just doing something is better than doing nothing, right? I tell people all the time, like a lot of people, my favorite saying, I say it all the time, is people overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in 5. And that's usually the case, right? Like all you got to do is just get moving, get doing something. Like tattoos are so cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. They all have some form of meaning. So if you guys ever want to know what they are, just let me know and I'll tell you. You can call me Darius. It's funny when you all call me Jack. All right, Darius. That's good. I like the name basis, but I think you're jacked. I've seen the photos, man. You're putting in the work, so jacked works too, but Darius it is. Yeah, if you guys ever wonder about the significance of any of my tattoos, feel free to ask and I can, or if you just want to see, you want me to do a walkthrough on them, I can do that too. Ooh. Whatever works for you. But yeah, man. Did you get your workout in today, Darius? Or are you just finishing up your responsibilities for the day and that's next on the list, or what? You should give these a try for rear delts. I have to say, this is probably one of the best exercises I've ever felt, specifically in the rear delts. So yeah, Good news is I'm getting stronger at them because I was only able to get 10 for about 15 before, but I got 15 there for 15, so wasn't too sunny. I only spent about 3 hours outside. That's all good. You still got some time outside in the sun. That's all that matters. Not yet. Get it in later. Awesome. Friday is also a good day to get some gaming in. Darius knows about that. It's my hope. Hopefully I can tire the kids out enough and get them to bed early, and then, you know, get some gaming in. And some hangout time with the wife would be good. Playing with a friend later. Nice. Fortnite or what's the game of choice today? So actually, I'm going to be doing my arms today, by the way. Fortnite, nice. Yeah, Darius, I'm going to be doing biceps today. So it's all my pull day. So you're going to see how I focus on biceps. Today is actually, I can tell you, today is barbell curl and incline curl, back to back. So barbell curl is a 4 set. And what I do differently is I do 2 sets, just standard, right? Standard curl. And then I do 2 pull days. Awesome, man. We're on the same schedule. I love it. So I do 2 sets, regular standard barbell curl. And I go for a little bit of weight. So I actually use a little bit of right wrong form. And then I do drag curls. So like drag curls, basically elbows back, kind of dragging it up your body. So it gets more of the internal head. Not that you can really bias, but a little bit. Nedja, no, I'm actually in Canada, but I love the UK. Used to play rugby growing up, so like I'd travel there a couple times, but my national, like I guess my heritage is Eastern European. So yeah, I could see why you think that. Very Euro looking. One more. Oh, no, toast. So yeah, I couldn't even really get the last one up there, really, to be honest, but did my best. Yeah, so drag curls are weird. They took me a little while. Is it cold? Yeah, so it's cold here today. We're starting to inch into. So where Canada's weird is we have this thing where most people think that we just have these defined seasons where it's like winter, spring, whatever. But we always have like winter, fake spring for like a week, and then like second winter, and then real spring. We're right in the middle of second winter now, where we had a couple of positive days and it was good. And then now it's like freezing rain and cold again in the minuses. And a couple weeks from now, it'll be positive double digits and we'll be good. But yeah, drag curls are a little weird. I think you have to like, they're one of the ones similar to me for like hammer curls. Like you have to practice them a bit. And once you practice them a bit and like really focusing on like where you, like I guess your posture feels them the best, they work pretty well, but you have to kind of keep practicing them. So your dad doesn't like you on live streams. Oh man. Well, if he doesn't like you on that, that's one of those honor your dad things. As much as I love having you here, buddy, we appreciate you being here as part of the community. Like, I'm sure your dad has his reasons, and you probably shouldn't be against him having those. Hey, Mr. Craze, what's going on? Thanks for being here, buddy. They are weird to do. I actually sometimes, like if I'm doing them too heavy, I get a bit of an elbow pain too. So they are, I don't think that they're the bee's knees, the best thing in the world, but they are something I like to mix in here and there. Okay, so we're gonna start with just our standard barbell curl. I'm actually gonna do it facing you guys this week. Last week I did it facing away. I'm sure you guys can't really get a good view there, so. Again, for me, the thing, as much as Darius is gonna hate this, I call myself tall adjacent. What's going on, Mr. Craze? Thanks for being here. Yeah, I call myself tall adjacent. And yeah, for some reason, when you're like that, it's hard to make your arms like look big. So that's why I kind of have a bit of like a body dysmorphia thing of curling facing, so I feel like my arms look small. I feel like given my weight and my size, I should have big arms, but I don't. All right, so these are just the standard, first 2 sets of standard curl. 65. Just nice and controlled eccentrics again, like all the other exercises we're doing for muscle gain. Two more. One more. All right. Pretty decent 10. Roll the sleeves up here. See if I can put on a bit of a gun show for you guys. But again, yeah, like I've always wanted to have big arms. It's just not in the cards, I don't think, for me. I think I can develop them to look good enough, but trying to make them like physically look big is, I don't know, I think it might be a no-go for me. So we're gonna take a full, I do about 2.5 minutes to 3 minutes on my other exercises, but we're only gonna do about 1.5 minutes here. And then we're gonna get into our next set. Sorry, I'm gonna come check. I think I saw a couple chats come in there. Move up closer to you guys here, see what everybody said. Over here thinking my arms don't look that big. Definitely body dysmorphia. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. Those are fine arms. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, Clem. What time is it at your place? Oh, right now here it's about 6 p.m. Close to 6 p.m. Oh my God. Nope. Okay. All right, that's 8. Now we're gonna move on to the next 2 sets, drag curls. But I feel like when I get an arm pump, if I can like walk around with my arms looking like that all the time, then it'd be good. But yeah, so I do measure my arm size. They're up 1/4 inch, so I think they're like 17.25 inches, I think, right now. Something like that. So like, I've always thought of, like if I had like 18, 19, 20 inch arms, then that would be like, all right, I got like some big arms now, but fortunately I'm not quite there yet. But that's okay, we got time. My real goal is to, yeah, 17. 17.25 right now. That's like the current size. The goal I think would be to have like 19 maybe, I think would be like the ultimate goal. That would be like the perfect size I think for my height. But yeah, little things like I always measured like the line here, I've always measured as like a success point for me. Like the being able to see like some of the striations through the shoulder, right? Seeing all three portions of the delt. Can you read military time? Yeah, I can read military time, yep. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so height, like you'd be surprised. Like, so I grew up with like all my idols talking about like anywhere from like 21 to 23 inch or 22 and a half inch arms. And I'm like, damn, I'm in the teens. But yeah, it's definitely, it can definitely alter the appearance, right? Like you get 15, 16 inch arms on a, like what really matters, like the reason why shorter and taller matters is the distance. Two things. So the distance between the joint, like where the origin, like the origin of your bicep up here and the insertion, which is in your elbow, like that's a really long distance for me, right? Like that's more than my physical hand. It's like 1.5 of my hands. And then two, when you flex, the distance between where the insertion goes and where your actual bicep muscle starts. Like some people, you see the guys with the big like tennis ball biceps, they have like a 3-finger gap between their insertion and the peak of the muscle. Whereas mine is like not even a 1-finger gap. So it's a little crazy. And that's the stuff you can't control. When people say like genetics matter, that's the stuff that genetics influences. So I'm gonna show you guys from the side here, this drag curl, so you can see kind of what I'm talking about. So it just drags up your body. So you can't come as high with the curl, but you definitely feel it influencing different areas of the bicep. So yeah, those are the things that like you can't really control genetically that are just going to be what they are for you. And I mean, it's not a big deal, right? Like it doesn't mean you can't build big arms. You can't build a lot of strength. It just means it's going to look the way it looks, right? You have like a 1.5 to 2-finger gap. Yeah, see, so that's awesome. So you probably have like a really nicely shaped. So in terms of like how people look at biceps, you would have like kind of the ideal bicep, right? Like it's usually, they say about a 2-finger gap is like the ideal, because then it kind of balls up into a nice like softball shape, as opposed to like, you see someone like Chris Bumstead or someone like me, or even Arnold had the same problem. That's why when you read like the Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding, which is Arnold's book from back in the day, he would like crush his arms. He had to do like 7 exercises in an arm day, like crazy. And that's why his look thick. But if you look at him, like when he flexes, it's similar to mine. Like it's just long, no real high peak, until he does like his like patented pose where he's kind of like in like this. Then he's able to force it into a peak a bit. But that took like decades of work and thickening with like his spider curls and like stuff that other people, like that's natural talent, right? Like other people do that, they'd end up with like tennis elbow and all these other issues. So sounds like Nia, please call me Nia. All right, Nia, we'll definitely do that. That's just my real name. Nia, we'll call you Nia. Thank you for letting me know. All right, Clem, off to bed, buddy. Thank you. You have a great evening too, man. Hope you have a good sleep. Thanks for being here, man. I always appreciate you hopping in. It's awesome. All the best to you and the family for a blessed weekend. Lakota, thanks for showing up, man. Hope you're doing well. Kind of showed up at the end last time. I'm glad I got you in here with a couple exercises left. That's it. Just build some big arms. That's it. That's what I'm out here, just trying to build some big arms. Can't control the other parts of it. So what I can control is training hard when I work them Getting as much activity as I can. Good solid eccentric motions. Curling them till they give out. So I'm not going to do drag curls on this one. I'm just going to do normal with really good eccentrics. We're going to do some incline curls. One more. Oh, okay. That's it. We're just going to be out here building some big arms, like Darius said. Feeling good, man. I'm back to 100%, I think, but do I stream every day? Just got back from school. Awesome, Lakota. Glad to have you here, man. I don't stream every day, but mostly. So 5 days a week I'm doing weights. And then 3 days a week I do early morning fasted cardio. So I'm on about 8 times a week. Wednesdays, well, there really isn't a day that I'm not on, unless, like sometimes when I do the early morning fasted cardio, I don't get a lot of people that hop on. And admittedly, it is boring, so. Brother said, hey man, tell me, say what's up. Yeah, so it is admittedly boring when I do the fasted cardio. Sometimes we get some good conversations going, telling jokes and just having a good time, but if I don't get a lot of people streaming, sometimes I won't stream it or I'll just hop off early, because for my mental health as I'm trying to grow, it's sometimes frustrating to be on that early and not have anybody with you, so. Blueberry cookie, nice. Blueberry cookie, that sounds amazing. All right, so we're going incline curl here. Just a simple 2 sets and then 2 rounds forearms and abs, and that's it for the day. Ooh, that's a little low of an incline, we don't want that. So I think the trick with incline curls is a higher incline than you think you should be on. Like I'm at a 45 here, is where I do it. But yeah, that's kind of the trick to it. Because sometimes people do it in the same incline they would do a chest press. Puts a lot of strain on the shoulder joint, so. Today at school you were bored? That's the nature of school though, brother. It's boring and it's one of those things you kind of have to do, or it's in your best interest to do. But there's good parts of it, like now that I'm older and I look back, there's parts of it I wish like someone had pushed me harder, because there's stuff sorry, I'm hitting my leg extension here. There's stuff I find out now that I'm like passionate about and that I care about, that if somebody was around to kind of push me when I was in school, I probably would have done something very different. Like I probably would have tried to be a medical doctor if someone had been there pushing me, because of the passion I have for like health, fitness, and just like general well-being. So yeah, man, try to push yourself, try to find the things you love, and try to use school, right, as your opportunity to see what's out there and try things and experience stuff, and just make sure you go in with you have to get that piece of paper at the end of the day. But the good news about that is to pass a course, you don't need anything more than a 50, right? One more. Whew. Arms are burning. Got an orange instead. Nice, good choice. Yeah, buddy, incline curls. Love it, my favorite. Vaping with your besties. Just be careful with that, brother. Don't ruin those nice, healthy young lungs you got, right? You gotta be careful with vaping. as a better alternative to smoking for sure, but just, you know, take care of yourself. Yeah, buddy, I love incline curls too. Like these actually like make my arms feel like thick. And good at saying my advice on them is just do a little bit higher of an incline than you would do for a chest press. Some people make the mistake of doing the same incline and end up with like a sore shoulder. So watch YouTube shorts. All right, buddy, have a good one. Thanks, appreciate you being here, man. Nia, have a good one. Oh, and you have asthma too. Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought you mentioned that before, Lakota. Probably not ideal to be vaping with asthma, man. If you could, again, just take care of yourself, right? I'm not, you'll find I'm here, no judgment, and I'm not here to tell anybody what to do, but legitimately, if you guys care enough to be here in my stream, I care about you guys being well and taking care of yourself. And if I could offer advice, it would be not to go overboard vaping, especially if you have asthma. All right, so we're gonna go our last set here of incline curl, and then we're gonna work on our forearms. Show you guys my little trick to training forearms, and then abs, and that's it for the day for me. And then tomorrow morning I'll be on here bright and early, so you guys can, if you're up early on a Saturday, I know not too many people are, but you can join me for fasted cardio. And then in the afternoon we got legs, or I guess it'll be early evening tomorrow because we got a bunch of stuff for the kids. One more. That's it. It's a killer arm workout. The stretch on those is crazy, which is what you're aiming for, right? It's that full eccentric into a full stretch, but thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Yeah, I got better pretty quick as compared to how like bad I felt the first 2 days. Surprisingly, I got, yeah, I felt better pretty quickly. So the prayers help. Thank you very much, Dakota. I appreciate that. All right, so just gonna move this out of the way here. If I didn't get that thing caught on it. So yeah, hopefully one day soon, like I mentioned, I'll be able to get this, a better Smith machine squat rack in here, so you guys will be able to see me not almost die when I do squats. But we'll keep working at it. All right, so forearms. I don't know if you guys have seen me use this before. This is my forearm gadget. Easily, so I've done like all types of forearm extension curls and forearm curls on the bench. This is easily the best thing I've ever purchased for forearms. And it's pretty straightforward and easy. You roll wrists down for flexors, and you roll the opposite way for extensors, and that's basically it. Yeah, you're saying you should, man. It's definitely, if I give you advice, that would be a good one. There's literally no positive to drinking. I don't really drink at all. I don't think I have. I know I'd have to ask my wife, but it's probably been like a legit drinking session. It's probably been a couple of years now. Get ready. So flexors first. 2 rounds of flexors, and then we're gonna do 2 rounds of extensors. So that's flexors. This is just 15 pounds. That's 2 rounds of flexors. we're moving into 2 rounds for the extensors here. Rolling backwards towards the body, keeping that parallel to the floor. That's 1. 1 more, parallel to the floor. Almost there. And that's 2. You can see the difference, like, yeah, the forearm just gets like pumped super quick. Number, I gave it a call. Awesome, man. How'd it go? Yeah, the one I sent you in the comments. How did it go? I hope they had a good chat with you. I hope it was useful. As I mentioned, that number has helped me before in the past, and yeah, man, like your brother, you mentioned your brothers around you and stuff. Surrounding yourself with good people, that's a massive help too. So make sure you keep that, and that's half the battle, dude, to what you're going through right now. All right, and so this is the second and final round for the forearms. Again, 2 and 2, 2 flexors starting here, turning down towards the floor, keeping the forearms parallel to the ground. Forearms are already like smoke, they're already burning like crazy. But that's good, that's what we want. Flip around your forearms. Maybe good, I guess. Awesome. I'm glad, man. But why, you guess? Did you not feel like you got as much out of it as you hoped, or? Oh yeah, my extensors are cooked too. I can barely even get it moving. Okay, last one here. So it's 2 and 2. That's all she wrote. Forearms are getting feel a good pump. You guys can kind of see the difference, right? Just in that, from that 2 rounds. It's crazy. So they're gonna take, oh, no, they can't do that. That's the one thing about that line. It's whatchamacallit, it's anonymous and stuff like that, so they can't really take you away. That would be something different, but that's okay. Yeah, your dad talked to him on the phone. They might ask you to talk to your dad and stuff like that. He doesn't have to, right? And they can't do that. They can't come just take you unless there's something extremely severe happening within the home. Because that's kind of the way the rules in Canada are, is you can't just come in. Like if it felt that way, like I can understand that could be scary to you, but the way the rules are in Canada, they can't just come in and take you. Like unless there's something extremely severe happening, which, like, if I'm saying anything there, it's just, I don't know your situation fully because I'm not there, but if they have to come give a visit, hate to say that, but there might be a good reason for that. And yeah, and I hope everything goes well and it's in your best interest, whatever happens, right? And I'm sure that's what they have in mind too, so. But again, man, just like keep being positive and yeah, man, keep good people around you. It sounds like your brother has your best interest at heart from what you've said in the chat, and I hope all the best for you. I'm finished there. I'm just going to finish up for today. Again, I'll be on early tomorrow morning for cardio. And I would still recommend that number if you're having any kind of like momentary crisis, Lakota. I'm happy that you're on here, and I'm happy that you're trying to do better. And I hope the people around you are trying to keep you positive as well. And Yeah, anxiety and depression sucks, man. But they would never come take you for that, right? Because that's like I've had that for a good chunk of my life. And like, yeah, there would be no reason for them to come for that. The only reason they would be coming is if they feel there's something severe happening in terms of like abuse. And the only reason I say I don't know your situation, and this is hard to talk about on stream because like it's highly personal, but sometimes when you're in it, if that's something that's happening, yeah, but that's a choice, right? There's other ways to deal with depression, and there's other ways to find help for that. So I think that's where we hazard to tell you, like, you know, you can make better choices. There's other ways to deal with that and other ways to seek help and guidance. But again, highly personal, I understand. But like one thing I would say to you is like sometimes if you're close to it, yeah, if you're close to it, it may not feel like or seem like abuse, but if they're sending somebody or if somebody's coming, they must have reason to believe there's something severe going on there. And yeah, I would just mention to you that if I were in your shoes, I would just go along with understanding that the people that are trying to help you have your best interest at heart, and that's typically what it is. And sometimes it doesn't feel like that. Sometimes it's scary, but anything I can recommend is just please try to continually doing positive stuff for yourself and those around you, and it'll bleed into everything else in your life. That's why like I do what I do. That's why I do these streams this many times a week, is I just want to be a positive influence to people out there. That's why when people message me on my Insta that I put out here about health and fitness and programs and supplements and meal plans, I don't charge anything. I'm not trying to sell a course. I just help people, and people are always blown away. People always tell me, they're like, oh, when are you going to charge me? When are you going to whatever? And I don't. I've been doing this 20 years, certified in all those things, but I'm not selling anything. It's just, I like to help people. But yeah, Lakota, no problem, man. Have a good one. Hope everything's positive for you, and I hope you feel better. And yeah, if you can, I'm on tomorrow morning early for cardio and then later in the afternoon for legs. Appreciate you guys being here. Please drop a subscription. Again, we're on our way to 200. That's the goal. Please drop a subscribe, a like, a comment. All of it helps me. Lots of love and positivity to you guys. And again, the socials are Instagram. Everything else is all at Baddiedaddydiaries. Here I'm at Baddiedaddydiaries18. And yeah, lots of love and positivity, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Have a great one, guys.